Hey class, welcome back to Chapter 9, Length, Area and Volume. Today we're looking at Exercise 9D, Area of a Rectangle. The area of a rectangle is found using the formula area equals length times width, or if we want to represent that algebraically, A equals L times W. So A stands for area, L stands for length, W stands for width. Okay, and here on our diagram, I've labeled my length L, my width W, and I've put the formula in the middle there so it's nice and easy and stands out. Before we substitute into a formula, we still need to make sure that all of our units are the same when we calculate area. So we've got 3 rectangles today to calculate. The first here, we have a rectangle of length 8 centimeters and width 5, or it doesn't matter if you really swap them and make that your length, that your width, because we're multiplying. So the area of this shape is going to be given by the length times the width, which is 8 times 5. So I've substituted, I've checked that they're the same units, and they are, and I substitute. 8 times 5 is 40. My units are centimeters, and because I'm finding area, I make them centimeters squared. So I put a little power of 2 on my units, my centimeters squared. That tells us that we're dealing with area. Let's try another. This here is a special rectangle and it's called a square. Now the area of a square is still length times width, where the width is exactly the same as the length, okay? Again, doesn't matter which is on the top, which is on the bottom. All right, and we get 6 times 6 is 36 meters. Oop. I don't know what my M's doing. There we go. Squared. And I've put centimeters up there. My bad. Okay, so again, the units are in meters, so we make sure that we have meters squared as our units. Okay, and one last example. This time I have 152 millimeters by 5.2 centimeters. So I'm going to want to convert these to the same units. I'm going to go with centimeters for this one. With area, I'd like to go to the larger unit rather than the smaller one. Okay, sometimes it's more efficient to round than to give a really big number. So to convert millimeters to centimeters, we divide by 10, so that's 15.2 centimeters. And now I'm going to complete decimal multiplication. So 15.2 times 5.2. We start by multiplying by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 2 is 10. Put down the 0, carry the 1. 1 times 2 is 2, plus the 1 is 3. Remember, when we do decimal multiplication, we ignore the decimal points during the calculation until the very end. And now we go the other way. We're going to place a 0 there. 2 times 5 is 10. Put down the 0, carry the 1. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 is 26. And 1 times 5 is 5, plus the 2 is 7. We're going to add those together. We get this number here. And then we look back at our question. There were 2 decimal points in the question, so there are 2 in the answer. And we remember to put our units in. Centimeters squared. Okay. So the area of this rectangle would be 79.04 centimeters squared. Or if you wanted to calculate it in millimeters, it would be 7,904 millimeters squared. Okay. And that's because we'd have ignored those decimal places. It would have been 52 millimeters. Okay. Don't stress too much about converting, but those are the same. All right. As always, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, good luck with the work, and I'll speak to you all very soon.